everyone, I'm Rachel and today we're going to be talking about the newest movie in town, Pan's Labyrinth. Later, I'll be interviewing a few key characters from the movie. But first of all, let's go to our responses, right? So, I think that Ophelia would be a very good role model for young people as she has very noble characteristics that young people can look up to. For example, in the end of the movie, she self-sacrifices herself to save her baby brother from harm. She is willing to risk her life to ensure that her baby brother is alive. So I would think that young people can look up to this character and follow her in her footsteps. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning, Rachel.
So I understand you're the director of the film.
Yeah, I am.
So I would like to ask you a question.
Yes.
Okay. Why was it important for you to show graphic displays of violence in the film?
Well, for me, it was all about showing the reality of things, the fragility of the human life. Violence and death is a major characteristic of war, and I wanted it to be very prominent. And I wanted to stay true to it. I wanted to show how brutality and innocence can intertwine with each other. And I wanted to show the difference between the captain and the differences between the classes of Captain Vidal and the normal people and how they treat them can be shown through the violence. And this is very prominent when, for example, Captain Vidal, he kills all these normal people who he thought were rebels, and he didn't even investigate to see if it was real. He just decided to kill them. And I guess through that you can see that how much of power he has over the normal people and how much of power he has among his other colleagues. And I guess the way he's able to make the decisions like that plays a huge role in the movie. The relationships between the different classes was my main reason for the violence. The big gap between the classes is where the violence comes in. Everyone is uncomfortable with it because it's the truth. The truth is uncomfortable. That's it.
Good morning, Johnson.
Good morning, Rachel.
So you are the visual effects for this film?
Yeah, exactly.
So I would like to ask you a question. How do you incorporate elements of magical realism into
These highly fantasy movies, I'm trying to make a different style with other movies. You can see this fantasy is mostly in here is nature thing, and then we try to make all of the thing is nature in here. Even the monster you see is made from wooden, and then you see the fairies. The fairies actually is like transformed from the praying mantis. So all of in here is different with other movie. As you can see, like maybe Harry Potter movie, they use the other fantasy style, other magical style. It's like very like magical. How their magical abilities, they make it like powerful, make it like very like, how do I say, it's like game style. But in here is all of our thing is like warm and natural. So it's like that.
That's interesting.
So the effect that I use is not like lightning or thunder or all of that like that thing. So I just make the fairy transform, become praying mantis. Then the monster was
The fawn.
yeah, the fawn is also different. It's made from wood, so he doesn't have any of power of ability, but all he do in here is just guide Ophelia in her quest. So that's what I made in my movie.
That's good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good morning, Shanice.
Good morning, Rachel.
So you play Ophelia?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So I have a question. How realistic is Ophelia's character? Does she behave in a way that is typical of a young girl?
Now, in my opinion, Ophelia's character is not that realistic, as the children around her age doesn't doesn't behave like she does in the film. Now, it all started with Ophelia's imagination. She was unhappy living there with her mom and her father dead, and she wanted to be in a place where she is happy, which is fairy tale, in a palace with the person she loved, which is her parents, her real father, her mom, and her brother. And do you remember a scene where the pale man?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he was like eating her fairies, and she was like shocked but terrified standing in front of him. But instead, a normal child would be like screaming and running away from that pale man. So this is how I think that a normal child doesn't behave like her in the film. Now, Ophelia is quite a unique character as she's brought up with her mom, and her mom is really dependent towards men, but she grew up without being dependent to men, and she's capable of making decisions herself. So I think that's a unique thing about Ophelia. Yeah, that's all.
That's good. Thank you very much. Good morning, Daniel. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so for Pan's Labyrinth, I understand you're the script writer.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so your story blends elements of mythology and history. What kind of research do you have to do to write your script?
Well, that's a good one, Rachel. Talking about it, I use time shifting to portray Spanish Civil War to show how hard a child innocent is being challenged. And by discovering, exploring, an imaginary world, from the point of view of herself, the audience can see the moment and feel the hardship and follow her journey. Example, Narnia, how Lucy found the wardrobe and how her siblings think is her imagination, but in truth, it's real. It's something that I think that will be interesting and for the audience to be both entertained and be historical, so it's educational as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In this movie, so everything in this movie is mostly nature. As we can see that.
And I guess he's able to make, since he's able to make the decision, it plays a huge role.
Actually, is this your one?
Daniel!
I'm recording! Like an insect.
Yeah, inside.
So it looks natural to this world.
To this world. That's all.
That's all. That's your response?
Wait.
And the rebels. Well, it's not actually. Oh, damn it! Okay.
Good.
Can we like cut halfway? Like the first part of it was okay.
Bloodiness and gore in a war into a girl's mind from an imagination perspective. What?
Is that it?
Cool. I still have more.
What?
But you like showing me what?
Time.
Have we stopped rolling?
I don't know how to say now.
Cut.
Look at me.
Then Ophelia, in the very first, Ophelia is died, and then because wait, I'm not ready. Okay, I'll just talk about the movie.
When I do like this, go okay, go. I don't want to mess
The
up.
question where I have to do like, how do I start? My
I don't think so.
Wait, that's
Try
all.
more.
Okay. Is it?
Yeah, it's time.
Good morning, Susan. Oh no!
Finish.
Just stop.
And I'm talking. We are actually testing.
Blah 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 blah.
Blah blah Johnson. Blah 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 blah.
Did you hear me?
Pan's Labyrinth. Blah.
I'm reading
Guillermo
all
del
our iPads in
Toro.
there.
Miss Cora. Miss Cora.